The Nintendo Switch 2 releases in 19 days, and I'm counting down my favorite Switch games, one per day. This is probably gonna be the most controversial take on this list, but I actually really enjoyed Pokemon Sword and Shield. Yeah, them cutting the national decks was uncool, but let's be real. Now that we have over 1000 Pokemon, it's not feasible to expect them to include every Pokemon every time. And I'm gonna be honest, who cares that this one tree in the wild area looks bad? That doesn't mean that I don't think there are any problems with the game. Honestly, the wild area was so incredibly disappointing to explore that to this day I'm very cautious with my excitement when Game Freak decides to add a new feature to the game. The idea of an open area where you can encounter Pokemon roaming free in their natural habitat instead of random encounters is cool, but the execution here is lackluster at best. You have like one patch of sand that's supposed to be the desert area, and that's it. It's even crazier with the weather conditions. One moment you'll ride through a raging storm just to reach a sunny field a few steps later. That's not how weather works. But aside from that, Sword and Shield were banger Pokemon games. I loved how much customization the player character had. They added some of my favorite Pokemon, and Dynamaxing was a surprisingly fun gimmick to use online. Even the graphics look pretty decent if you ignore the wild area. It's actually quite astonishing to me how much these games are hated when I think of how fond my memories are. Especially the battle music tracks are still stuck in my head even almost 6 years later. But that's just how the Pokemon community is sometimes. Did you know that back in 2010, Black and White were hated? Maybe in a few years we will have a redemption arc for these games, and I think they deserve it.